Hey friends, this is Crystal with Booth Crush. Welcome or welcome back, whether you are new or returning. We share business resources, tips and tricks for booth and store owners. We also have a blog, a Facebook page, a Facebook group. You can find us on Instagram and Pinterest. So come join us. Spring is definitely in the air. It is not officially here yet, but when that pollen arrives, we know it is right around the corner. When the cars start getting covered in all of that yellow stuff, I mean, we are just excited for spring. And this is one of the culprits right here, this Bradford pear tree bloom. But in the South, when spring is here, that means one thing. It is time to decorate our front porch. We Southerners love to decorate our porches. And, you know, the birds are chirping and all of the little honeybees are out. And I'm just soaking up every minute of it, even though I'm sure we'll probably get like another little cold snap. But until then, I'm just going to enjoy every second. But today I wanted to share, I have a special guest, my friend Jeannie Lauderdale from the French Gypsy. And some of you guys may know her from 1861 Farmhouse on Instagram. But she has a stunning front porch. She actually has two porches. She decorates these by the season and the holiday. And the reason I reached out to her, number one, is she's a good friend of mine and she has impeccable style. But two, she is a collector and a retired antique dealer and has collections to die for. So I knew you guys could get a lot of inspiration because spring, like I said, is here. If you haven't already, you should be decorating your booth space with those spring vignettes and bringing in all of that stuff. And we will have a video Friday telling you some items for March inventory booth ideas. But anyway, about Jeannie, I met her in 2016. She had a booth at Angel's Antiques in Opelika, Alabama. She had been there for 18 years. And I had to go to Auburn University for 2.5 years. And I had met her during that time. I had a little silky terrier that had a lot of health issues, and it was recommended that I take him to a specialist. So I chose Auburn, and I'm so glad I did, because had I not, number one, they wouldn't have given me an extra 2.5 years with my little baby, but I would have never met Jeannie and some of the other dealers that I've met in going over there. Sometimes I would have to leave him for hours at a time. So I just got out and I went junking, and that's how I discovered Angel's Antiques. And when I went in and saw Jeannie's booth, I was like, oh my gosh. I was absolutely in love with her booth. It was one of my favorite booth spaces there. And then one day I was in there again, and she was actually working her booth. So that's when I met her. And then she and I just instantly clicked, and we've stayed in touch ever since I lost my little baby in 2018. But Jeannie and I have stayed in touch, and she did an inventory reduction sale. You guys may remember this from it was last year. It was like 3 or 4 months ago. She retired and she had an inventory reduction sale, and she invited us over. So we did some video of that and shared it with you guys. If you missed that, I'll link it below. But Jeannie has been collecting for the last 50 years. And she has just all of these gorgeous, beautiful, stunning French antiques and ironstone collections, and just all kinds of wonderful treasures that I thought you guys would really enjoy seeing. So I thought, you know, if I can get her to share her front porch, it will give you guys some inspiration for those spring vignettes in your booth. But Jeannie has been an antique dealer. Well, she was for 40 years. She was at Angel's Antiques for 18 of those years. And then she was also at Antiques on Holiday in Destin, Florida. So some of you may remember her from there. And then she's been actively selling on eBay since 1998. And I'll link her down below. I'll put all her social media links down below in case you guys want to go and check that out. And then also she's actively selling on Facebook Marketplace. So you still have a chance to buy some of these treasures if you see anything. But anyway, I'm going to hand it over to Jeannie, and I'm going to let you enjoy her front porch, and I'm going to let her show you around. So thanks so much, and we will see you Friday with a new video. This is going to be ideas for booth merchandise for March. So stay tuned.
Hello again, everybody. This is Jeannie Lauderdale coming to you from Smith Station, Alabama, from our 1861 Alabama farmhouse. This is one of the back porches, a screened-in porch, where we spend a lot of time, spring, summer, and fall, sitting, drinking coffee, tea, sweet tea, of course. And I just want to give you a little spring tour of the back porch here. You're looking at a quilt that my grandmother made, Granny, and her name was Emma Myrtle Bonnie Kennedy Kane. And she made this back in the 30s or 40s, and I treasure it. Actually, this is one of her hats. She always dressed to the nines, especially on Easter, and this was one of her Easter hats, and I absolutely treasure it too. I made a couple of pillows out of old ticking. That's one, and I did doilies and hearts, and here's another one I did. I love architectural pieces. I added this couple of architectural pieces. Now this chair came from Callaway Gardens, and my friend Dawn Watson in Pine Mountain sold me this precious faux bois chair. I love it. And this window up here came from my friend Michelle Klima, who has a shop in Woodbury, Georgia that's to die for. If you haven't been, you must go. This is an old mill cart or basket, canvas, and it becomes everything every season. It's filled with pumpkins or leaves from trees, limbs, architectural pieces, always something in that old laundry basket, old cotton mill basket. I hung my watering cans here, and beside the watering cans are bridal or wedding candelabra. This is a French Carre chair, very collectible, can't find them anymore. And they're the high back ones too, Martha Stewart collects. I decided to make some strawberry lemonade today. There you go. And these are cabbage roses from Fresh Market. Beautiful roses in a vase, or a pitcher actually, that my niece Elizabeth Avant gave me, and it's also a treasure. I love it. It's another one of the sconces, and in the background you can see our daughter's playhouse that was built in the 70s when we moved out here. We moved out here in 73 and we built her a playhouse. It's been everything since then. Another back porch. I'm going to swing right around here. And we're back to the beginning. This is the yellow primitive cupboard that I photographed this morning. Thanks for coming again. See you soon. Come back anytime. This is one of our back porches, screen porch, and I'm just beginning to do some Easter and spring decor, doing little vignettes and displays with antiques and vintage. And I love mirrors, I love old paintings, and actually I bought this painting at the flea market that's close to us, and I added the little sheep or lamb to it because I do love sheep. This is an old milk can filled with limelight hydrangeas from last summer, and they're still beautiful. On the back door I have a vintage iron or metal wreath that has become distressed, which is perfect. And then here is an old iron cross from France that we mounted on a chippy door, and I put a piece of palm to signify Easter on it. And that's a flapper dress from the 1920s with a cute old vintage hat. I love anything French. That's a French body picture, enamelware. And on each shelf I've done little vignettes. Easter and spring. These are Victorian little girls' boots, button boots, and they're in perfect condition. I was lucky to find those. I know a lot of you collect the Putz sheep. That's one of a collection that I have. And coming around in this primitive cupboard, I just thought that he was the cutest thing, pulling a little wagon behind him. So cute. A lot of these objects were in my daughter's Easter basket as she was growing up. And today is her birthday, but I won't tell you how old she is. I don't think she would appreciate that. And this was my granddaddy's straw hat. I just wanted to share with you a few of the little pretties on the back porch, unusual things. I love to do little vignettes. Baby shoes, pansies. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little video. I'll swing around here. I'll do some more in a little while and share with you the rest of the porch and the front porch. This is a great old primitive cupboard, and I decorate it every season for whatever season it is, the theme, and I enjoy sharing it. Hope you all have a beautiful day. The birds are singing. It's springtime.
Is this not the most gorgeous handmade quilt? I love the way she has it staged on this old wicker couch, and with the architectural pieces at the top, it almost makes it look like it is built into the couch. And as she mentioned in the video, this quilt was made by her grandmother in the 30s and the 40s. And this is her grandpup that they are pup sitting this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tour as much as I did. Her house is absolutely gorgeous, and I would love to know in the comments, what was your favorite part of the tour? Let us know what antiques caught your eye, or if you plan to incorporate any of these ideas into your spring vignettes in your booth this year. And then also just a reminder that you can find Jeannie on Facebook under French Gypsy, and on Instagram as the 1861 Farmhouse. She's also on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, so hopefully you guys can get a chance to get some treasures from her. And again, I'm going to drop all of these links down below, and go show her some love. Tell her Booth Crush sent you over. And then I also wanted to mention happy birthday to Claire. That is her daughter. Her birthday was the other day, and I meant to get this video posted the other day. But stay until the end, because she has these gorgeous, huge ferns, and I want you to see, and she's going to tell you how she grows them. So we will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much. I have to show you guys these beautiful ferns on Jeannie's front porch. Are these not the biggest ferns you've ever seen in your entire life? And Jeannie is going to tell us what she does to get these to grow so big.
Okay, every March we buy brand new ferns in hanging baskets, and they're just small macho ferns. And we take them out of the 10-inch hanging baskets, take the wire off in the plastic basket, and we put Miracle-Gro potting mix in the bottom of our large pots. I just have large plastic, real big plastic pots. Plop those ferns down in the about 4 or 5 inches of soil, potting mix, and then add the rest of the bag of the potting mix to each one, and they're ready to go. We do that in the first part of March, and by that time you should have missed all the hard freeze. And then you keep them watered, if not every day, every other day. Never let them get dry. And then we fertilize with Jack's Professional It's called Jack's Classic 2020. You can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
And I buy 25-pound bags because we fertilize once a week. And I don't even mix the fertilizer. I just take a scoop and throw it on them and water it in with a hose.
Wow.
And just never let them get dry, always sitting in water. And they love this front porch because it only gets morning sun and it's perfect. And this is what they look like now.
These are beautiful.
This is November, but this is, by August, they'll be this big. So it's just fun, and we do it every year. This is our 49th year doing ferns on the farm.
All right, can you stand over there for comparison?
Yes.
Look at this, guys.
It's huge.
These are huge. You're how tall?
I'm 5 feet 3 inches.
5 feet 3, and look at these suckers.
That one's actually bigger, I think. I'll get on this side of it.
Wow.
Pretty big.
These are
It's
beautiful.
ginormous.
These are beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing your tips.
Oh, you're so welcome.